My name is Linda Foss, and I'd like to share my journey with you. I grew up in the Bay Area to a wonderful Christian family. I married my high school sweetheart when I was very young. I also have a wonderful son who is a San Francisco police officer. I had an amazing career as a district manager and a bank manager for a small community bank in the Bay Area. Sadly, after 40 years of marriage, my husband was diagnosed with cancer, and subsequently he passed away. It was during that time that I lost my moral compass, I lost my walk with God, and I embezzled money from the bank. I destroyed the friendships of people in the community as well as my family and friends. I was sentenced to 12 years in prison, and I was at Chowchilla prison, and then by the grace of God I was transferred to Folsom prison. It was during that time that I was extremely humbled by the women that were there and by the journey that I was on. I was able to go before the board, and they were going to see if they could let me go home on the ankle monitor. So I prayed before I went in before them, asking God to show me and give me the words I needed to express how remorseful I was and how much this journey had created a sense of empathy for people that are incarcerated. So I walked into the board, which was 6 individuals, and as soon as I walked in, I still had 2 years left on my sentence, and the warden looked at her screen, her computer screen, and said, "There's absolutely no way that we're going to allow Ms. Foss to go home on the ankle monitor." And it was then that somehow God's presence was in me, and I started talking, and to this day I don't know exactly what I said. But at the end of my presentation to the board, they took a vote and they all went around the room and said, "We concur, Ms. Foss should go home on the ankle monitor." I was able to go home, and I needed to get a job because I'm older. And one of the gals that I had come to know quite well in Folsom Prison was a great mentor to me, referred me to Randy Haskins. And I called him on the phone, and he asked me if I was a felon. And sadly, I said that I was, and he said, "You're just the person that I want." So I came in and I started working in the thrift store, and I thought about it because I was still on parole with the ankle monitor, that possibly that was something I wasn't supposed to do. So I went to my parole officer, and he said, "Absolutely not, you can't work with cash." So I went into Randy's office crying, so emotional, because I felt so blessed to be a part of what New Beginnings does. And Randy said, "Let me take care of it. I'm an older woman, I embezzled money." He was willing to take that extra step to call the probation and my parole officer to ensure that I had a job. And the people that he's touched in this area it's just so insurmountable. There is a second chance, and that with God, you can walk into a new light and a new dawn, and things will be okay. The men and women who have come through the program that have walked out of here better people because of Randy Haskins and through the Word of God, what he does here has and will always have a place in my heart.